Hold on. Uh, Good morning, Stray. Hi, Tara. I'm good. Just thought I'd come on and say hi and see how everybody's doing. Got a little bit before I have to get up and do anything today. It's a little bit chilly here today, a little cold. Yes, I'm pushing buttons. Hold on. Yeah, mine are all open. I woke up and Brian got out of bed and I'm like, babe, where'd you go? My furnace left. He had to go to work today. I was freezing. How's the world and how's y'all's world doing? Oh. Tell him to be careful. A lot of stupidness in this world going on. I'm not going to talk about it, but yeah. Yeah, it is. Absolutely stupid. People done lost their ever loving minds. That's okay. They can just keep it where they're at because I don't want to hear my little piece of heaven. Not at all. Got afraid people around here wouldn't put up with that shit.
Oh, can you?
Noodles, do you have two of you?
Yeah, can you hit the other one? Oh shit! Oops. Sorry. Is this audio bad?
The other one died, so the other one left.
Is this audio bad?
Huh?
Is the audio bad on this one?
I can hear myself.
No, let me try to get on the other one. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere. They bring it to here. Little bit trouble.
How's this? Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Hurt my back again.
Oh no.
All right. I did a 6-hour hike to go fishing yesterday. And
And you hurt your back fishing?
yeah, well, my buddy lives up in the Catskills, up in New York, and
Yeah.
he said, "Oh, I know this great fishing spot," and he didn't tell me that we had to like walk up a mountain and down a mountain, and then we had to do it all over again to get back. So,
That's okay. I about died the other day on a 4-wheeler, so
well, that sounds like fun, at least.
it was a blast, but I could have swore I was gonna die. And it was right here on my own property.
Were you by yourself?
No, me and my boyfriend, he wanted to show me this place that he found just on our property. It was down the creek line and had to go down a hill really steep and then up at the hill really steep, and I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, those things are scary.
I told him, I said, you do realize you got a fat ass on the back of this thing, right? I said, it's not like you're just your little skinny ass sitting here on the thing by yourself. You got weight on the back of here. He says, babe, just chill out. I got you. I'm like, yeah, you got me as I'm dying.
I rolled over on one of those UTVs one time. That was scary.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it's not hard to do, believe me. I just knew I was gonna die though. Terry, you gotta come see me. We can go for a ride. I'm actually getting my own. He's gonna buy me one. That way I can. He doesn't like the fact that I shift his gears too hard. He says, "Babe, we need to get you an automatic one." Yeah, I love it out here. Had all of our kids out the other day, and everybody was riding 4-wheelers and climbing trees, and it was nice. Country life is good. On my birthday, Tara, where I took the whole weekend off. I want people to come out, camp, and just stay and hang out. And we have a big enough yard. We could have social distancing and togetherness. And togetherness.
Sorry, I'm back. So, you guys still social distancing where you live?
I haven't social distanced since the damn thing started.
Yeah. My dad just came back from the Carolinas, and he was telling me that no, he met one person that was wearing a mask, and he said actually when they found out where he was from, people were kind of nervous. But I think there were only like 400 deaths in the Carolinas or something like that from this. But up here, it's a lot more.
Yeah. I'm about as social distance as I can get. There ain't nothing around me but cows and birds and Star Trekker. Hello, what's up, Miss Anna?
But if you go into town, are they making you like wear masks or anything like that?
They don't make you. It's suggested, but it's not like enforced. I can't wear a mask. It makes me very claustrophobic to have anything around my face.
Yeah, I hate that.
I literally go in a full-on panic almost. So, but Tara, August 7th is my birthday. It's not far away. Been trying to talk my man into let me have a pool. He says, "Babe, you got a creek. You don't need a pool." I'm like, "Yeah, you funny." I ain't going no creek. That creek down there, man, that thing's dangerous. It's got some really deep, I mean, like 16-foot deep spots in there. I mean, it's huge. It's got some big stuff. I ain't all about it. I don't like swimming with the snakes.
Yeah, screw that.
I ain't all about it. You'll never see a fat girl run so fast in your life. Matter of fact, that will be the only time I run. I just ain't doing it. Nope. Matter of fact, he saw a snake in our basement. And my nephew, he told my nephew, he goes, "Do not tell her that you saw that." Well, my nephew let the cat out of the bag. I'm like, "Yeah, guess who's not going in the basement?" Anything needs done down there, that's all you, babe. I'm nah, nope.
Yeah, all they got to do is have babies. Imagine that. You went down there and there's just tons of like babies down there. Oh.
That is not funny. that is not cool at all. Oh my God, I'd burn a motherfucking place down. Nope. What happened to the house? Why did it catch on fire? Oh, there was a snake. I had to kill it. That would be me.
So how's the new job going?
Oh, my job's great.
Yeah.
I hate the hours, but I like the job. I don't like working every evening, but it is what it is. They had a mix-up on their end with the electronic thing with the electronic deposits, so I still haven't got my check that I was supposed to get Friday, but that's got me a little bit pissy. But other than that, we're good.
Tara, I got a snake for you.
Be careful, she'll chop that shit off. He thinks he's comical, Tara. The man's got jokes this morning.
Did you know that me and Tara are married to the same person?
Oh, I know.
Did you hear about this?
I've been on YouTube, hon. I don't hear nothing.
Oh, all right.
You know what? That's my girl.
Tara.
We don't let no bluffing go on around us, do we, girl? You call it what it is.
My name's not Matt.
What's that?
Oh no, I was just telling Tara my name's not Matt.
Oh.
See, look, she says no, she is mine and only mine noodles. You know,
So who are you two married to?
well, so I got married to Jasmine Just Me on her live stream. And then this woman comes in there and starts objecting, and and she's like, "Oh, I'm married to her," and get out of here. But I think it was the first real YouTube marriage on live stream.
When I get married, my wedding will be on YouTube. I promise that.
That'd be awesome. I think there's going to be a lot more of that. I'm surprised there hasn't been.
I see it happening sometime this summer, probably. Honestly, seriously.
You're going to live stream it, right?
Absolutely.
That'd be cool.
Yep, that way all my friends can be a part of it. Right here on the property, we're going to get married right here. At least I say we are. He hasn't asked yet, but I know he's gonna.
You're not married to Matt yet? I thought you guys were married.
They've been together so damn long, they should be married.
Wow, I thought they were married.
Good morning, David.
I had friends that were like together for like 10 years before they got married.
Yeah, I have friends like that, and then I got friends that were together for 2 weeks and got married and been married for 20-some years now.
Yeah.
What's up, Rooster Cogburn? How are you? How you doing? Rolled out of bed and decided to do a live stream after my man left for work. He don't do the whole social media, get online shit. He don't like it.
I don't blame him.
I told him about my YouTube channel. He says, "Oh yeah." He goes, "You're not on there much." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I got other stuff to do. Matter of fact, I should be doing some unpacking right now, but it's all good."
He's not going to yell at you for being on YouTube like someone did to Mama Renda, right?
Oh no, I don't get yelled at for nothing. Matter of fact, that man's never raised his voice to me yet. He tells me no a lot. I'll ask him something, he'll say no. I'm like, "But babe." He goes, "No." I'm like, "But babe." I don't tell you. You don't tell me no. I tell you no. Remember? For the most part, I listen to him, but I'm going to get a pool. So.
Are you going to get an above one?
What's that?
Are you going to get an above ground pool?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I could. I probably could have somebody come in and put an in-ground pool in, but nah.
Well,
I don't want to do something.
You should get a deck attached to it. That would be cool.
Yeah. He'd have to build that. I'm not sure I could get that done.
Let's get him to build it.
I mean, if I really, really wanted to have him build it, then he probably would, but he's got cows and stuff to deal with. He wants to get the pasture ready to put cows in and chicken pen ready to put chickens in. And
no, this is a busy guy.
Oh, yeah, he's always busy. He doesn't ever sit still, hardly. What are you freezing and dehydrating there, Tara? Tired of being in Twilight Zone, of living in Twilight Zone. Yeah, I know. Does sort of feel like we're in the Twilight Zone, don't it? I can't stay on here a whole long time today. I got stuff to do before I got to clock in. I got ate up by mosquitoes over the weekend. Oh my God.
David, I came back from the Catskills yesterday, and there's signs all over my town. Like people posted them to trees and telephone poles. Abolish the police. Black Lives Matters. We stand with you. Stuff, crap like that. So who the hell are these people? Didn't they arrest the cop? I don't even know what the hell they're protesting.
I get confused myself sometimes. I don't think they know.
Yeah, you know what? I asked someone. I understand what happened, but I asked someone the other night that went to one of those protests. I said, "Do you even know the cop's name who killed this guy?" And they're like, "No." They only know George Floyd. They don't know the name of the cop.
I know there's some, not so good people out there, and I know on both sides of the law that there's not good people, but I don't think it warrants all of this behavior. Yeah, exactly. Life in general matters. If you're living and breathing, you matter, period.
But I mean, like, they're making it seem like nothing was done about this. They arrested the guy, and the guy's facing murder charges.
Exactly.
Like, what else? What else are they supposed to do? They're supposed to kill him on the spot?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we have a justice system in process for a purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? People talk about lynchings when they would have these like back in the day when they would have these trials and the public didn't like the outcome of the trial, they would storm these jail cells and get the guy out and just hang him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they want to do to this guy. They want to lynch him.
I'll tell you what, if the shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't be on it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's a very opportunistic story. And if I was a criminal, I don't know if you saw this, but they were going around LA taking all the ATM machines, throwing them in the back of pickup trucks.
Yeah, exactly. How does that fit? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, how does that protest stuff? I saw a video on Facebook yesterday, and they're supposed to be protesting that Black Lives Matter, but they're destroying Black families' businesses. They're destroying their own people's stuff. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense at all. People done gone lost their ever-loving minds.
And then what happened to social distancing? I thought everyone was supposed to stay away from each other.
The funny thing is, you see all these people with the same damn t-shirts on, we're saying this stuff and saying I can't breathe and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you were planning on this? You were prepared for this? You had t-shirts made up? I mean, seriously.
Oh yeah, this is all organized. Think about it. These people were waiting for this crap to happen.
Yep. Almost like they planned it.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but if, let's say there was a riot, someone, or a protest, a group of guys got together that night, said, let's take off the license plates to our trucks and drive around LA and just take all the ATM machines. That's what they did. You know what? It's craziness. Like a group of people got together and said, let's do this.
It's just stupid.
Meanwhile,
done gone crazy.
Like
it
sane people.
Is the end of the world. Try to take it on the city bus. Yeah, don't mind me. I just got my ATM machine I'm carrying around with me. Don't have enough room in my wallet for all my money. So, just taking my ATM machine wherever I go. Stupid ass.
And to think that those things don't have like tracking devices on them or whatever, but it's just like I don't like. That's true,
Yeah, it's
Tara.
just stupid. Very, very true. People have no morals. They have no couth, no give a damn anymore. They just don't give a fuck. They don't care about who all they're hurting while they're doing this. You know what I mean? It's another government ploy. You know what I mean?
Well, I kind of even wonder if they know who they're hurting.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, if you're pissed off at the cops, right? Which they supposedly are, and I don't know why
Exactly.
because the rest of this cop anyway. Go burn down all the police departments. Why are you going after people's businesses? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like what did Gucci or like the bank do to hurt this guy?
Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. They're biting the same hands that feed them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like as soon as they start rebuilding these cities, I'm sure the funds are going to get cut, and
yeah,
you're not only hurting these people who own the businesses, but you're hurting people that depend on government assistance or state assistance or whatever.
Yep. And most of them are the people who are writing. They're biting the same hands that feed them.
I think you'd be surprised because like up here, it's just a lot of friggin' like white rich kids that are just being pains in the asses.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, David.
No, David, you know what? They're sitting back laughing at this and they're saying, see?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you should have let us have our way a long time ago, is what they're saying.
Told you so.
Canada feels like they live above a meth lab. Well, hell, I'm sure it's in Canada too, though. I mean, meth is not just a United States thing. That shit's everywhere. Oh crap! Oh.
What are you doing today?
Oh, probably unpack a few more boxes and got to go to work at 3, and which pretty much consists of going to my bed. So my bedroom, back in my one of my spare bedrooms was my office. Go back in there and. What's that?
You work from home?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I barely ever leave my home. I'm serious. My man goes into town to go to work, and he's the one that goes to the grocery store before he comes home because I'm like, babe, why would I have to get out of out of our little comfort zone here, our little spot, whenever you're already out of it? I hate going to stores. I hate being in public.
Does that get old though? Staying home and working?
No, you would think that it would sometimes, but heck, I get more visitors out here now than I never have in any other place I've ever lived. Our friends and family like to come out here and just sit and hang out. It's sort of nice.
You have any plans for the summer?
Plans for the summer? Not really. Nothing major. I don't like to shop. I'm not a shopper. I have never been a shopper. I'm not one of those girls that likes to go to the store and spend hours. I mean, the only store I will go into that I really like to go into is Bath and Body Works. I like going and smelling all the good stuff, and I can spend hours in there just smelling stuff. But for the most part, I don't shop. I'm not a big money blower.
Do you do most of like your like shopping online?
No, I don't shop online either. I don't shop at all. I do my best not to. I need to go buy some clothes because I got rid of a bunch of clothes and stuff that I haven't worn in years, and I'm losing weight again, so I'm trying to get that. I got to get some more clothes that fit me right, but haven't done none of that yet.
So your stores are open, right?
Yeah, they actually opened over the weekend, I think it was. They're starting to open back up again.
I did travel.
Yeah, I say Bryant, he drags me to Menards and drags me to Rural King, which I don't mind those two places too bad. I hate Walmart. I hate going to Walmart or grocery stores, but he'll start looking up stuff. I'm like, hey, all right, babe, I'm gonna go to the truck. I'll wait on you. You take your time. I'm done. I'm over it. I like going to Rural King looking at the animals. Hey, babe, can I have a bunny rabbit? Hey, babe, can I have some chickens? Yes, babe, we're getting chickens, but not yet. We got a place to put them, so he's working on it.
Are you going to name the chickens?
Oh, yeah. Name them and eat them. Chicken leg, chicken thighs, fried chicken, baked chicken.
Yeah, just saying that people do that. They raise these animals and like they name them, and then they got to kill them.
Because you're raising them for food. I mean, they have a purpose.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like you're raising your dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's. I don't know. I guess I'm not used to it.
I have had many animals and have named them many times and have had to eat them many times, but you know what? It is what it is. It's the way of life. It's natural way of things.
Have you ever like had like a bond with at least one of them?
Oh yeah. It's not like the easiest thing in the world, but it is what it is. You have to keep in the mindset that, these are not just your pets. These are actually things that are supposed to sustain you so that you could be self-sustaining and not rely upon the grocery stores and rely upon everything around you. You're growing your own. So, I mean, I want to get milk cows, and cows are so sweet, and they're so when you raise them from babies to grown, I'm sure you get attached, but you have to keep that mindset that this is food. This is what's going to feed you over the winter, or, what I mean? It's for your family. It's for your needs. So it's a mindset you have to keep.
David, I'm so glad that like I'm not into sports. I can't imagine having to, but seriously, that's gotta be the worst.
Yeah, I got some friends that are going crazy because they can't go to the baseball games.
I can't imagine being a teenager right now, like, and being stuck inside, not being able to do anything, or maybe even having a girlfriend and not being able to see her.
Yeah, I met my guy during this whole mess, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember being a teenager.
Supposed to be socially distanced. We met and have been together ever since. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's a messed up world we live in right now. My mom, my mom's a Christian and really big into the Bible and stuff. And she said, if you read Revelation, she said it tells you that this will be how it is in the end days. And so, I mean, if you believe that kind of stuff, which I do, you know that this is all, it's all a process. It's all supposed to happen. And if you keep your eyes on God, and if you keep your faith, and you keep your, and you believe, then you'll be all right. You have to keep your mind right, not settle into the fear around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just, when I do my Bible studies, I ask about like how people in the congregation are feeling about this, and they believe this has been going on for a long time. This is just part of the end. So
Yep.
The end's been coming for a long time.
It is, and it's sort of like when Noah was building the ark and he kept saying, it's coming, it's coming. You don't listen, you're not listening, it's coming. People thought he was crazy. That's the way it is with Christians. People think that have thought they were crazy for years, and look at it, it's coming to fruition. So you got 100 onions, lettuce, carrots, radishes, cucumbers planted. I got potatoes planted. We actually had a garden in town before we moved planted and had to move out here. So some things we could not, transplant. Some things we had to leave behind. So we have to start all over. But we got a big one, a big garden plot right out there. If my phone was charged enough, I'd take you around and show you, but it's not, of course. And StreamYard sucks it dry. So
when you say that you had a garden in town, was it a big garden or a private?
It was a private. It was in our own yard that we had.
We do a lot of gardens up here.
Just in our backyard. So there's not a lot of community garden stuff where we live. We don't live in a big city, though. We live in a small country town. Well, I say small, but it's smaller. Now we live in the country between 3 or 4 different towns. So my nearest neighbor is a mile away.
Yeah, so like, what happens if like someone's got to go to the hospital? Like, how does that work out? Because I usually go upstate in the summer, and we stay at this guy's cabin, and it's a good hour and a half, 2 hours from the nearest hospital. Like, do people just die?
We have a little hospital close to us. I mean, it's like everybody calls it a Band-Aid station. They pretty much get you stable with serious stuff, get you stable, and then ship you off to one of the city hospitals. But it's there if you need it, kind of thing. So.
Yeah, but Tara, if you call 911,
yeah, you call 911 around here and let them get you.
It takes like an hour for them to get there. It's crazy.
It would take about 20 minutes for them to get to us.
Yeah.
I mean, we're far enough out that we're secluded, but we're close enough that if we really need something, we can get it. You know what I mean? Like I said, our closest neighbor is a mile away. So.
Yeah, that's wild to even.
But yet, then again, too, we're only like 2 miles from the main highway. So, I mean.
So I'm looking out my window right now, and I could see into my neighbor's house. like everyone, like a big piece of property around here is an acre. If you have an acre, like that's beyond belief.
I live in where we're actually allowed to, do stuff with. I'd say I think we have probably a good 8 to 10 acres here where we actually can do our own thing. Hell, my yard itself is at least acres.
Yeah. That's how the property upstate is. I think it's like 6 acres, but it's surrounded by state land, so like no one really, you can't build on it. And then
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So we have this where we live. It used to be an old dairy farm, so it's like it's got a lot of pasture ground around you. It's got a creek. Our well is a spring-fed well. It's but we also have a lot of farming, like fields and stuff around us too, and we got a lot of trees and. Yeah, and most of the little towns around here where we live, they have their own EMT, their own fire departments, their own, what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we have up here. We have a lot of like volunteer fire departments, EMTs, but
yeah.
If a house catches on fire, I just can't imagine if the fire department took like 20 minutes to get out there. The house,
Yeah. That's where you just don't catch your house on fire. Unless you see a snake.
Now, would you use gasoline or what would you do?
For a house? No, I don't know. I don't know. I've never even thought about that kind of thing before. So I definitely wouldn't want to burn my house down here. I love it. Our house is huge. Ugh. Yeah. A lot of our volunteer people live in the country. They don't live in town. So, it wouldn't take much for them to get to us either. My address don't even show up on Google Maps.
That's awesome.
I tried to tell my kids how to get here, and they said, just Google Maps it to us, Mom. I'm like, it don't show up. So it's like you put your address in, it's giving you Kentucky and Georgia and Tennessee, and no, it's Illinois.
How's the weather up there?
Not bad. It's been cool and really cool at night, and then it warms up during the day. And been having a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Farmers are having trouble getting in their fields right now because it's flooded and rainy and wet. But supposed to have a nice day today. Oh, I usually go back to sleep after he goes to work, and I didn't do that today, so I'm yawning like crazy.
Go take a nap.
Oh, I will, probably before work. I'll lay down for about an hour. He told me, he says, it's not fair. I go to work, you get to take a nap. I'm like, hey, I'm special like that.
Jealous.
Yeah, he wants to. He says, babe, I just want to retire and work on the farm. I'm like, well, when it starts paying, then we'll talk about it.
You're already telling him what to do. That's awesome.
Yeah, okay. I come across as I tell him what to do, but no. No, he's definitely a man's man. He's a ruler of the roost, but he's not controlling or nothing, so it's good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty submissive like that for the most part until I really, really want something. You tell me no, and then we're gonna have problems. Like my pool. I will have a pool before too long.
Did you tell him that?
Uh-huh. I did.
It
I
doesn't
said,
matter.
that's okay. I said, I'm being nice now and asking permission. I said, but I said, I will have a pool before summer's over. He says, I'm not taking care of it. I said, I didn't mention anything about you taking care of nothing. I take care of my own.
Yeah, that's
I
a
got my
big
own.
pain. That's a big pain in the butt. Take care of the pool, opening it.
Yeah. It's not bad.
If you got other stuff to do, it's kind of, I could see how it could be a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Like
But
taking
if you know how to
chicken.
take care of one, which I do, it's not, once you get it initially started, you're fine.
Yeah.
And then you just maintain.
The big thing
Sun is bright.
the past like 10 years up here, like everyone has these like saltwater pools, and
Mm-hmm.
these like pool companies are trying to push this stuff now. And I kind of feel like if you get a pool up here, right? Normally you have a contract with like a pool company where they come and open it and do whatever. And I kind of wonder if like they're making more money off these salt pools.
Well, the chemicals, like if you go to let the, with us having a well water and it being spring fed, I mean, if you let the chemicals out on the ground, then it's going to seep into your water. But so, I mean, salt water would probably be the way to go, especially living here. That way, when you go to let the water out, if you decide to take the pool down for the winter instead of leaving it up, then that's better. But
oh, Tara, you know what? If I want to put up a fence on my property, I have to get a permit. The guy has to come out, measure the height of the fence. It has to be a specific lattice or whatever plank that they use, and you can't do anything. I can't do anything to my house without the okay of the town. And
that's just stupid.
Yeah, and if you do anything that they don't know about and they find out about it, like they'll send people to walk around town to like check if people are doing construction. They'll fine you, and then once they fine you, they hike up your taxes like tremendously. And then
that's
you walk.
Stupid.
Yeah, and you know what? And like I'm paying in this house, right? I got a 3-bedroom house. I'm paying like over $10,000 a year in taxes. There's a guy across the street, right? He doesn't cut his lawn, and they never ever write him a ticket. I have to go over there and cut his lawn for him. I put in central air in this house, and they failed me twice. I had to pay for a freaking permit. Like what do they care if I have freaking central air in the house? How is that affecting anyone? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I hate
that's messed up. We don't have to get permission to put central air or nothing like that in our houses around here. We just do it.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
You want central air, you put it in.
Right.
Especially if it's your property. You know what I mean?
Right, and I understand if it's a fire hazard or something, I get it. Like the town doesn't want to deal with that. That's fine. But if I want to put up a fence or cut down a tree, you're telling me that I have to friggin' get a permit? Like what?
That's just ridiculous. They just want their money, is what it is. They're anything to get money out of you.
Yeah.
Because permits cost money. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you something right now. If my taxes go up anymore, I'm not going to be able to afford this house. It's crazy money.
Ours is 3-bedroom too. It's a huge 3-bedroom.
Well, you know what it is in this area, in these areas up here. They know either you can live here or you can go live out in Patterson. You can live here, you can go live out in Newark, and no one wants to go out to those areas. And
Yeah.
that's why it's also very segregated up here. Oh, hey, Stray, I got a new phone number. I got to give it to you.
What's up, Stray? How you doing?
I lost all my contacts, Stray, or most of them. Yeah, so if you put in a pool, you don't need permission from anyone. That's awesome.
Yeah. We don't have to ask permission out here. Our landlord told us we could do whatever we wanted to out here.
That's awesome.
He says, matter of fact, he goes so far. He goes, you guys are keeping better care of it than most people that's lived out there, which I don't see. I guess people before us never mowed their yard. And when we moved in here, the grass was up to our knees almost. And his brother had to bring in a big ass bush hog and mow it twice with the bush hog before we could even get a lawnmower to go through it.
I hate when people don't mow their lawn. I hate it.
Yeah, it's, for one, there's a lot of wildlife out here. I mean, there's nothing to be sitting here. Matter of fact, while I've been sitting here, I saw 4 deer and about 30 rabbits and a coyote. Just in the time I've been sitting here with you guys on the phone.
Believe it or not, I see fox running through my yard. I see we got deer. We got everything up there because they don't. The other thing is they don't allow you to hunt up here. You can't hunt anywhere. And if you get caught fishing without a permit, forget about it. They don't let you do anything here. I hate.
We're supposed to have a fishing license too. We're supposed to have a fishing license here, but I'm 40. I'll be 46 in August, and I've never had a fishing license but once, and it was just because somebody made me get it.
Yeah.
Not even the government part, but just my friend said, "You're not going with me unless you have one." So he bought me one.
You know what? I kind of understand that because, especially if you're fishing trout, at least up here, they stock the rivers with the trout, so you're kind of giving them money to do that. And I kind of get it, but you're telling me, I can't go fishing. I can't go hunting anywhere. I can't without. I don't know. Oh no, it's Matt.
Matt tried to run over a rabbit yesterday. Hell, we got rabbits all over the place here. I mean, it's nothing to walk out and see. Driving down our driveway yesterday on his way home from work, he saw 20 rabbits just on our driveway.
Do you guys have any dogs?
It's crazy. No, we don't have a dog yet. We're going to get one eventually, but. Hey, leave my crayons alone, buddy. Don't drink the bath water. Stay away from the crayons. My crayons are mine, buddy. You can't have them. How you doing, Mr. Matt?
Straight. That is absolutely correct. Unmowed lawns, fleas and ticks, and not only that, they get like rodents, so get like mice and all that crap. You can't do that, especially if you live right next door to someone.
Yeah. How you doing, Miss Anna? Miss Anna, I'm crazy. I can't wait for rabbit season because I'm going to have some rabbit in my freezer.
So rabbit season's when it gets colder, right?
Oh, yeah. You don't want to kill them now because, of course, they're babies and they got worms and stuff. And during the winter time when it gets cold, of course, all that leaves. Of course, they still have babies, but the babies are bigger. And I mean, you don't want to take a mama away from the baby.
Yeah.
Rabbit season, I think, starts in like October or something to that effect, maybe November.
Now, when you say they get worms, you mean like they actually have worms in them, or like they get like mites and stuff on their fur?
What's that, huh?
So I've always heard that rabbits in the summer get worms and stuff like that. Like, what happens in the winter? Like, the worms die off?
Yeah, the worms die. It's like in their skin. It's not like in their meat or nothing like that. It's in their skin. It's in their skin layers or fat layers.
Oh.
When it gets cold, that dies. So. Yeah. Sorry, I had to. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I'm button pushing. Hold on.
Matt, are you at least allowed to carry a gun?
If you have a permit. My phone's being stupid. Sorry about that, Noodles.
What happened?
Oh, I accidentally was button pushing and knocked you out for a second.
Yeah, right, Matt. Seriously, dude, it's just a matter of time before these idiots start taking guns to these protests, man. If it hasn't happened already.
Hold on a minute. I'm gonna move inside. I can't see.
And like, you know what's messed up, Matt? They'll say, well, people protest with guns now all the time, and it's like, yeah, but they're not friggin' burning down buildings, beating people up, and looting places. This is like totally different. This is like fucking crazy. This is just someone wanted an excuse to do this crap, and they got it somehow. I don't even understand why. The cop is in jail. They arrested the guy. I don't know what the hell they want. Well, yeah, no, absolutely. So there was a Twitter post last night saying that Antifa wanted to bring this to the rich white neighborhoods, and I got home yesterday, and there's signs all over town, like posted to the friggin' telephone poles, abolish the police, Black Lives Matter, whatever.
All right, I'm back. Are you there?
Yeah, and it's like now Black Lives Matter. I mean, Antifa runs these protests. Can you imagine if like there was a group like the Ku Klux Klan that was running these protests? Everyone would be like, "What's going on?" Somehow, for some strange reason, these states are okay with Antifa doing it.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Like I don't care what your cause is. Like you believe in something, that's fine. But as soon as you start using violence and destroying property, that's insanity. Like I think I'd have more respect for them if they came out and said we just want a war. Like right now they're just being kind of like annoying pussies about this. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Like they're doing everything else except saying we want war. Yeah, exactly, Stray. No, not only that, but like the people that really need this relief or these funds, they're not going to get it now. I mean, think about it. You let's say you had like 5 kids, and you really needed that money to survive. Well, we gotta rebuild the city. We can't give it to you right now.
Yeah.
It's like it seems like they're trying to make a bad situation worse on purpose.
Anybody else want to come up and hang out? There's the link. You're welcome to come on up. Ah! Good morning, Dar. Am I all ready to move? I've already moved. I ain't moving no more. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm not moving it again, ever. I'm home.
Are you one of those people that has a lot of stuff?
I have a lot of clothes. I don't have a lot of things. I don't have a lot of like knickknacks and crap like that. I got a lot of clothes. I got rid of half of the clothes I had, though. I'm one of those ones that I tend to keep less things so that if I have to get up and get my shit and get out in a hurry, I'm out.
Yeah.
It takes me about 20 minutes to pack up my shit. Goes in trash bags and off we go.
Hey, when I was thinking about moving out to Florida, I had to go through the house and think of like what I wanted to keep, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw all this crap out. I'm gonna go down there with one bag. I can buy everything else, you know.
Exactly. I'm not one of those people that holds on to things. I don't get attached to things. I get attached to people, but monetary, physical things don't mean shit to me.
Right. Like, so I have a living room. I don't go in my living room. I've never used my living room. The only reason why I have anything in there is because if someone comes over, I just don't want them thinking I'm crazy. Like I haven't like I don't watch TV. I have a TV in there.
Me and mine, we are outside as much as possible. I mean, from the time we get up to the time we go to bed, we're outside unless I'm in here cooking or putting something away or something, you know what I mean? And TV watching, it doesn't happen until about 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and it's usually for an hour and we fall asleep halfway through it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. We're busy. We're out doing stuff.
Does anyone care if I crack open a beer right now?
I don't care. It's never too early for a beer. But that's what you want. If that's what you want. I mean, I personally don't drink a lot, but
I haven't had a
my
beer.
guy don't either. My guy will come home and he'll have like maybe one or two, but mainly because he likes the taste of it. You know what I mean? When he's worked in a hot factory all day, he come home, nothing like cold beer, but he'll have one or two and he's done. You know, he don't even do it every day. So
Yeah, drinking can get out of control. Even this marijuana stuff now. Everyone's hiding behind the fact that, oh, it's medicine now, whatever. What medicine have you ever taken in your life, right? That you have to light on fire and then inhale the smoke. Like, get out of here with that.
I actually, I don't take it as medicine. I do it because I like it. But it mellows me out. I have really bad anxiety and it does help with that.
Right. So let's say if you were taking it for a medicine, right? Like let's say you needed to take it for anxiety. Do you think a doctor would prescribe it to you and say, inhale this smoke? I would think not, but for some strange reason.
Probably not. But I mean, if I wanted to go spend the money and have access to edibles, I mean, my friend gave me an edible the other day and I was in a lot of pain and it helped actually it was a different type of high. So it wasn't an inhaled high. So it was more of a body high. So it actually did help with the pain that I have from my rheumatoid arthritis that I have. But no, I don't think they would tell you to smoke it. I mean, I think they would tell you other ways of using it. But you can use marijuana for everything. You don't have to smoke it to take it. You can cook with it. You can, whatever you choose to do with it. So, I mean, you can even eat it if you want to.
Right, but my point is that like I believe you should be able to do whatever you want, but
yeah,
these people that I watch on live streams that are all about this like 420 community stuff, they are smoking nonstop all day. Can you imagine if like someone was doing that with alcohol or any other kind of drug?
Yeah.
Like that's insanity. And then just forget about the fact that they're inhaling smoke. And they're doing wax. They're inhaling smoke from wax. How is that good for you? How is that?
The chemicals to make that stuff is not good. If I'm going to do something other than smoke it, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to like make a butter with it and cook with it. But yeah, I get it. People don't understand always. And like I said, I mainly do it because I want to.
Right. And that's that's what I would do. But
it does help. I'm not going to lie and say that it don't. It does help a lot.
No, I believe it.
If nothing else, it sort of chills me out, so I'm not so anxious about it. You know what I mean? It relaxes your muscles so that the joints don't hurt as bad, which is the only kind of pain I have is in my joints. But whenever you have RA and every medication they want to give you says directly on there will make you gain weight, and you're already a big girl. There is no fucking way that I'm going to put something in my body that's going to make me want to eat more.
Yeah, you have to like weigh out the side effects.
And when I smoke weed, I'm not one of those ones that gets the crazy munchies. I mean, certain strands do make you like that, but for the most part, I don't really get the crazy munchies. I get up and put my stuff away, you know what I mean? I do stuff.
Straight, weed has never killed anyone, but the side effects of weed have.
It can hurt your lungs. I mean, it's not good for your lungs as much, it's not as bad on your lungs as cigarettes are, but it has the same effect eventually over time if you do it all the time nonstop.
Yeah, I mean, so I smoke cigarettes, right? That's terrible. If I was smoking cigarettes out of a bong and taking humongous deep hits, I can't imagine that that's any better for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Plus, weed gets fungus on it. I think that's what actually harms you.
It can get moldy if you don't take care of it right, and that actually will make you sick. It can make you sick.
I was also reading that people with HIV should not smoke marijuana because it will lower your immune system and bring you to the point of full-blown AIDS.
See, I've never had that experience.
But I'm just saying, like, there's all these other things that no one talks about. It causes immune issues.
Yeah. I don't know. I've not done the studies on it. All I know is whenever I use it. I mean, it's not just sometimes it's a recreational thing because I'd rather be stoned than drunk. I don't lose control when I'm drunk. When I'm stoned, I lose control when I'm drunk. I can go from 0 to bitch in 2.5 seconds. And I mean, it's not just my mouth. I mean, it's everything. I get pissed. I mean, instantly over stupid shit when I'm drunk. So I don't do that when I smoke weed. I don't like losing control, so I never do anything to the point of where I'm not in control of myself.
I remember smoking weed and wanting to go out and do things. When I drink, I don't want to go outside. Like when you smoke weed, I think like, you know, if someone came into my house and I was, you know, smoking and they're like, you want to go out to eat? You want to go out to a movie? You want to go? I'd be like, yeah, it sounds like an awesome idea.
So it makes you more sociable then.
It makes boring things, I guess, better.
Exactly. Like housework.
Yeah.
I was like, in the mornings, I don't do it every day. I don't smoke weed every day. Like yesterday, I didn't get high at all. But today, I have some housework I got to get done, and I really don't like the thought of housework. So I'll smoke a couple one hits and get up and get my shit done.
Yeah. No, I totally understand.
It's sort of like a person when they're cooking out and they have to have a beer because it seems to go hand in hand for them. You know what I mean?
That's another thing with alcohol. It's like if I was ever going to a barbecue, the barbecue wouldn't be as good without beer. You know, like
yeah. Yeah, I mean, and growing up around my family, alcohol was always there. I had a couple weed smokers, but for the most part, they were drinkers. And I mean, when you see your grandmother chase your aunt around the kitchen table with a butcher knife because they're both stupid ass drunk and misunderstood each other's conversation when they were actually saying the same damn thing.
Yeah, the worst is talking to a drunk.
I lived with one for 10 years, was married to one, and I swear to God, I heard the same story 9,000 million fucking times.
Yeah.
Alcohol makes me bitchy whenever depending on what I drink, because I'm not a beer drinker. I drink Jack, Jim, Johnny Walker. I drink tequila. I drink Jose. You know what I mean? I'm a hard drinker, so there's certain things that I won't drink because, like Jack Daniels, you haven't seen bitch until you see me pissed off on that. I'm really good about controlling my anger. I can get mad and not say nothing. I don't overreact and break things or nothing like that. My mouth gets a little hateful, but you get me drunk, all that self-control's out the window. This bitch goes crazy.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy about that? That sounds about right. That sounds normal. You know what I'm saying? When people get drunk, they become like this. They become this like person that they become the worst version of themselves.
Yep. Most of the time. I do know some people that can drink and they maintain, they become more talkative, they become more happy, more jovial, more joking around and playing and teasing and laughing. But I am not one of those when it comes to certain drinks. I'm like that. Okay, I'm okay with vodka and with like clear alcohols when it comes to that, but you give me the dark stuff, brings out a whole another crazy. And tequila turns me into a hoe, so I try to stay away from that. I become the biggest flirt and tease and sexiest bitch in the motherfucking room, don't you know?
That's another thing about these drugs when it makes people become more promiscuous. It's
can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, weed helps me sleep too, Dar. It does. It actually, if all I gotta do is smoke a couple at night, and I mean, I don't smoke joints or nothing like that. I ain't ever been into none of that stuff. But
You got a bat, you just take one hit.
Yep. I go take a shower and smoke a one hit, and I'm ready to sleep. I'm chilled out and comfortable, and my mind shuts down and doesn't constantly run. But I have insomnia sometimes, and so if I don't have it, then it's just.
Yeah, Stray, that's so friggin' true. You ever notice that drunk people will deny that they're drunk? And they always think they can do things that they normally shouldn't be doing if they're drunk.
Tara, I cry at songs and movies and stuff. Like yesterday, I was having a great day, and then all of a sudden, I started thinking about stupid shit and got stuck in my head and got totally emotional when he got home from work. Telling you, I don't have to be drunk to be emotional.
That's PTSD.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that most people have that. Something traumatic has to happen in everyone's life, and they dwell on it.
Mm-hmm.
And people just don't.
I have PTSD from abusive relationships. I've been hit, and I've been treated really, really badly. And the guy I'm with now, he's really good about handling that. He takes my crazy moments in stride and loves me through it and accepts me for who I am, which is really nice because you don't get that very often.
So you don't have to answer this, but like, do you blame yourself? Like when you think about this stuff?
I blame myself because of the impact it had on my boys. But other than that, no. I mean, I know I played a part in it. I'm not stupid enough and ignorant enough to know that I didn't have a part in some of that. But I don't believe that I don't believe it's any person's fault when somebody puts their hands on it. You know what I mean? I don't care. You chose to touch me. You chose to hit me. You chose that. I didn't make you do it. You had the same self-control I had because I wanted to throw fucking bricks at your fucking head, but I didn't do it. You know what I mean? I wanted to run you over with my fucking car, but I didn't do it. But you did put your hands on me and you hurt me. So, I mean, you know, I think it's the lack of self-control and maturity that lets a person just hit other people or abuse other people just for no reason. I mean, okay, so you're mad at me. That gives you permission to hit me. No, sorry. That ain't my fault.
I can't imagine
I in my mouth, but you had no right to put your hands on me.
I can't imagine the person that does that to another person and have PTSD. I mean, how do you justify those kind of actions? Like, there's stupid things that I've done in my life that I dwell on all the time, and I'm like, how the hell did I let it get that far? Like, how did I, you know, and it could have been worse. That's what scares me even more.
Yeah.
You know, but
yeah, I could have been a hell of a lot worse. I mean,
yeah. I think that's really scary to think about that, but smoke they want. Yeah, you're right, Shrey. Absolutely. I don't understand why um, you know, people think, oh, I can do whatever I want with my body. No, you can't. The government tells you what you can put in your body, what you can do with it. You know, I believe that you should be able to do whatever you want. If you decide to, let's say you decide to become a heroin addict, or you decide to do heroin, you become an addict. Does it really matter that you're a heroin addict when you're committing crimes?
I think I do believe you should be allowed what you do. I do believe that drugs like that, those should be abolished. But
yeah, but you know what? It's never going to happen. So
no,
let's say heroin became legal tomorrow. Would you
I
go
lost
out?
several friends with some of it.
Right, but like, would you go out and buy syringes and start shooting up? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if like if someone really wants something, they're gonna get it, and it's proven. I mean, there's all these freaking laws.
All right, y'all. I've been on here a while. I'm gonna have to get off here and get some stuff. Oh, straight there you are. Hold on. I'll wait a minute then.
Hey, Noodles.
Yo,
The way I see it, if you commit a crime, whether you high or not, you chose to commit that crime, so therefore nothing should be blamed for it.
right.
Exactly.
And why? Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, let's say you're a heroin addict, right? And you go rob someone's house. Why should we blame heroin for that?
Just go. If I go over here and I'm high on heroin and I rob my neighbor, and then you come behind me 2 weeks later and rob the same neighbor, and I get to go to a drug rehab because I'm on drugs, but you got to go to prison for 5 years. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying the crime I think should be that you burglarize, you rob the house, and not the fact that you're a heroin addict or you did heroin.
Exactly.
The heroin addict chose to rob that house instead of getting a damn job to support his habit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but my point is that, like, let's say you're an addict. Everyone's an addict of something. Everyone's got some kind of issue, whatever. Why are we going to give someone a lesser sentence or a greater sentence because of what they're addicted to or what they've done? Like, that shouldn't be the crime. The crime should be that you rob someone's house.
The crime should fit the guideline. Whatever the crime you committed, you should get that guideline.
Yep. Robert 208, how you doing?
Right, but what if the crime is that you possessed heroin? Like, who cares?
If you're charged with possession of heroin, well, you know what you're saying. I mean, we're saying the same thing. You're just saying it different than I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I'm agreeing with you 100%. I'm just saying, I just think it's ridiculous how it's like.
If I rob a house today, and I'm sober as hell when I do it, but then when they arrest me and I'm higher than hell on heroin, they shouldn't blame the heroin for me robbing the house yesterday.
Right. Exactly.
And I shouldn't get drug rehab either. I should get the same sentence that the man before me got that robbed another house.
Right. Well, and listen, I'm all for helping people. Like, if someone was truly looking for help, I think they should be able to get it. But
absolutely.
Have you heard the story about the twins and their father?
Yes, no. I have.
The guy had 2 twin boys, and the father was a drunk, and one of the twin boys was a drunk, and the other one wasn't. And they asked him, "How come you're a drunk?" He said, "Because my daddy was." And then he looked at the other twin and said, "Well, how come you're not a drunk?" He said, "Because my daddy was." It's a choice. It's not. It's a choice. I don't think it's hereditary. I mean, they didn't take you to the store to buy that beer. They didn't open that beer for you. You had a choice to go in that store and get it yourself.
Right, and I always thought that was strange how people and I'm not knocking anyone who has any kind of addiction issues or whatever, but like there's a definite line for me. Like I think it was beer and weed. I never went past that. I was always afraid to do cocaine and whatever. And I grew up with a bunch. I went to the same school, the same kids. Grew up with the same kids. A lot of them did heroin. A lot of them went beyond that. And I always found it weird. Like, how do you get to the point where you're gonna go buy a syringe and then put a needle in your body to get high?
Well, I was kind of different. I tried just about everything that there is. I never did do needle dope.
Right,
but
like,
I tried crack, cocaine. I tried cocaine powder, weed, beer, pills. So did my friends. But see, the difference between me and them is I tried them and let it go. They tried them and keep trying them every day now.
I am an addict. I was addicted to meth. I still like it. I like the feel of it. I like the way it made me feel. I like the energy it gave me.
I didn't like meth at all.
You know what I mean? And I've been that person that almost went to the needle side because you want that next level high. And that's why it happens, because and then once you get that next level high, you're still trying to get that next level high. So you just keep increasing it and keep upping it and keep going.
Then maybe that's it. Maybe
because I wanted to lose weight, because I was always told I was too fat and I was worthless and I was a piece of shit. And I'm like, hey, the only thing I've ever been able to lose weight on is this. So let's do it. So I went back to it and I did it. And
what's wrong with being fat?
Well, whenever you're told that you're too fat to fuck and you're worthless because you're fat, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, it changes a person's mindset about things. So therefore, I went to that drug because it made me forget all of the stuff I've been told about me. It made me forget everything. And it made me feel like a different person, the person that was not so soft-hearted, the person that was not so giving or caring, because it was fuck the world while I was on that shit.
That's the part you should have felt only. The part of being a person. You're your own person. It's some people has issues with health-wise that can't help for being overweight or for being,
I've been for all my life. I have not been able to change it since I was young.
If we all were the same and we was all as pretty as that bastard Noodles, we'd be fucking boring ass world.
It would be such a beautiful world.
Y'all are so funny. But speaking from an addict to a person who decided they didn't want that life, because that life becomes very hard and it tends to drown you and take you in and suck you dry before you even know what even happened to you. I will never stand in judgment of an addict of any kind. I don't care, because there's a lot of, more than likely, that addict has been through a lot of pain and a lot of hurt that they're trying to run from. I came up in a good home, but I created my own heartache, my own issues after I got out of my mom and dad's house. Poor choices in men, poor choices in life. You know what I mean? You cannot, and I don't care who you are, you cannot say that you've never been addicted to something, whether it be porn or gossip or cigarettes or, whatever it is. It's all still an addiction. If you're letting that behavior hurt you.
Yeah, it's an addiction, but it's your choice and you shouldn't blame nobody else for it, though.
Exactly. But you have to get to that point to where you don't blame all that stuff on other people. You got to be able to get to that point to where you take responsibility for the things in your life.
Well, hell,
because that's when the addict becomes a person who's no longer addicted.
Should have got to that point the first day you bought that joint, the first day you bought that beer, the first day you bought that pack of cigarettes, the first day you bought that food and overate.
And not everybody gets there at that time.
It all starts.
It's that whole free will thing that we're blessed with.
Yeah, but you know what? I remember the first time I drank. I remember the first time I smoked. And I remember thinking to myself, like, what is everyone complaining about? Like, why? Like, why is this a big deal? And I think when you keep doing it and doing it, you get older and you have all these responsibilities. I think that's when all of a sudden you're like, oh damn, like
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and sweet, leave my Pornhub out of this.
best.
They told me I could come back when they got new stuff.
Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. I love you. Thanks for coming up and hanging out with me. Thanks for everybody coming in the room and chatting. I gotta get off here and get some stuff done.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.